What's up, YouTube? Jeff, your Style OG. In today's video, I've got my list of the top 10 style mistakes us guys make during the fall. If you're new to the channel, we release a new video every day at 4 p.m. Eastern, discussing various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. I invite you to subscribe, tap that notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Christopher Broadham, salute. Now today's video is actually the result of a question I got in the comments section. You guys know me, you know I'm always in the comments section, answering questions, having a little discussion. But anyway, one of the questions I got recently are what are some of the style mistakes guys should try to avoid during the fall? So I thought it was a great question, a great idea for a video. That's how we wound up here. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. I'm going to talk to you about the 10 style mistakes, some obvious, some not so obvious, that I want you to try to avoid as we move during the fall. So without any further delay, let's get into this list of the top 10 style mistakes we make during the fall. Fall style mistake number 1, not layering correctly. Now in my opinion, layering is the most powerful style technique in the fall. But there's little things you need to do to make sure you're doing it correctly. For one, wear your lightest layer on the inside and get progressively heavier as you work your way out. Your longest layer should be on the outside. The long layer on the inside peeking out, very sloppy, not stylish. And you also need to make sure that each individual piece works and fits well on its own. You're gonna be putting layers on, taking layers off. Each layer should work well on its own and fit precisely. In fact, I think this topic is so important, I got a whole video I did maybe 4 or 5 months ago that goes into more detail on how you can layer properly. I'll leave the link in the description. Now, our next style mistake is closely related to our first one about layering incorrectly. That's my guys who have the visible t-shirt or undershirt peeking from the collar. Now, I get it. During the fall, you're gonna layer, throw on a t-shirt or undershirt for various reasons. For warmth, to protect against that excess sweat. Here's the thing, if you can see it above your collar, it comes off sloppy, unput together. Take for example today, I actually have an undershirt on now, but because it's a deep V-neck, you would never know. Now notice I said undershirt, not t-shirt. There is a difference. A t-shirt can be worn on the outside, an undershirt is meant to layer under your clothes. In fact, this is another important topic. Got a whole video dedicated on how and when to wear an undershirt. Link in the description for your viewing pleasure. Now next up is a style mistake I see guys making throughout the year, but I notice it even more during the fall. That's wearing a dress shirt untucked. Now here's the thing, I'm not saying you can't wear a shirt untucked, but notice I said not a dress shirt. Dress shirt is cut longer because the excess material helps you keep the shirt tucked. You can wear a shirt untucked, it just can't be a dress shirt. Shirts that are meant to be untucked are cut a little higher. A good rule of thumb, when the shirt's untucked, it should fall around mid-crotch or so. A little lower, a little higher is okay, but anything longer than that, it's too long. Tuck that shirt in. Next up on our fall style mistakes, that's not transitioning to fall fabrics. Here's what I mean. As we move into the fall, you want to wear the right fabrics to keep you warm, add some depth, add some texture, and some style to your look. Your lighter fabrics, your lightweight cotton, your linens, leave those in the summer. Try adding flannel. Try adding corduroy, some suede, some leathers. These will add depth, they will add texture, add warmth. Seasonally appropriate and super stylish, wear the right fabrics during the fall. Next up on our fall style mistake list is another one that's fabric related. And that's my guys that try to get away with wearing leather instead of leather. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not against animal cruelty free or vegan fabrics, those are cool. But pleather always seems to look fake or synthetic. I choose to wear real leather, but I do wear faux suede. Now to me, faux suede is much easier to get right. It looks more like genuine suede than pleather does to leather. So if you want to wear something vegan, something animal cruelty free, I would opt for the faux suede instead of the faux leather. Now a minute ago, we talked about transitioning into fall fabrics. That brings me to another fall style mistake, more in the grooming category. That's not transitioning from summer colognes to fall fragrances. Now here's the thing, when the weather's warm, you're wearing light, fresh fragrances. And let me congratulate you for wearing fragrance at all. Over 80% of guys don't wear cologne, so you've got a head start. But you want to wear the right colognes, ones that are warm, woodsy, musky, just seasonally appropriate. In fact, this topic is very important to me. I naturally have a video that I did maybe a couple of weeks ago of the top 10 fall fragrances for this year. Make sure you check that out, link in the description. But whether you wear one from that list or another cologne, make sure you're transitioning to a warmer, woodsier scent for the fall. Now next up, I have a fall style mistake that I tend to see my older G's making more than my younger guys. And that's because it's fall season, guys start wearing boots, but please, no bootcut jeans. Now, I used to wear bootcut jeans a lot in the 90s. I liked to know the extra flare over the boot, gave room for the boot. That was cool then, but to be honest, it probably didn't look good then. Instead, opt for a more slim cut, athletic fit, or even a regular fit trouser, jean, or chino. These will go over your boot, but they won't have the extra material, they won't balloon out, you won't look like a relic from the 90s. So my OGs out there, please, wear the boots, but don't wear the bootcut jeans. Now on the other hand, my younger G's out there, you're not immune from these fall mistakes either. And now on this end of the spectrum, please, if you're gonna wear your cropped look on your pants, not my favorite look, but young G's like it, please don't show the ankle during the fall. Now during the summer, it's cool. You got your cropped pants on, showing a little ankle, seasonally appropriate. But during the fall, you just look like your ankles are cold. Now I'm not saying you gotta drop the cropped pants, but put on a nice pair of socks. If you're gonna go sockless, showing ankle during the fall, you don't look stylish, my brother, you look cold. Now next up on our list of the fall style mistakes we make, I think a lot of us, as the temperature starts to drop, avoid color too much. I know during the warmer months, you're gonna wear your brighter color. I'm not saying bring bright, loud colors into the fall, but I'm not saying you should wear black and gray all the time either. Bring in some earth tones. Maybe instead of a red, go to a rust. Instead of your typical greens, maybe a deeper green. Instead of your light blues, maybe some navy. Go with your browns and coppers. Bring in some earth tones, bring in some color, but don't avoid color altogether. And on top of that, the rule you definitely should be breaking, you should be wearing white after Labor Day. And last but certainly not least on my list of the 10 style mistakes we make during the fall, I've got one more grooming one. That's if you're trying to join the beard gang, not starting early enough. Now here's the thing, if you're new to growing a beard, there may be some trial and error. You don't know how it's gonna grow, you don't know how long it's gonna take. Start now. And a few tips I would give you, let it grow 2 or 3 weeks before you cut it at all. It's gonna be difficult, might itch a little bit, you're gonna have to get used to it. You might even get some ridicule from your family or friends, but stick with it. Another bonus tip, make sure you're using beard oil, not only for yourself, but for your significant other. It's gonna be rough and itchy to you and to her as well. But like I said, don't cut it at all for a couple of weeks. Start early, use that beard oil, and welcome to the beard gang this fall. Okay, so there you have it, my list of the 10 style mistakes us guys make during the fall. Let me know, do you agree, disagree, or have I left any mistakes out that you think should be on the list? As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, hit that like button. Helps the channel to grow. And of course, tap that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos we release every day at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I'll check you out tomorrow.